Less than a week after Worlds and Rostermania is already hitting. And I'm talking Optic, I'm talking Shopify Rebellion, and many more. Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting. I'm one of the HCS commentators, analysts, and content creators, and we have another HCS report where today we're going to be talking about Rostermania and everything that is already out there. You might have seen the rumors on Twitch, on Twitter, a little bit on Reddit, but we're going to take all of that and consolidate it, kind of talk about how we've gotten here, maybe where we're going, and what's more to come, because I promise you, with the intel that I've been getting over the last couple of days, the league is not going to be recognizable. If your doesn't rhyme with space station gaming, you're probably looking at a major change. Honestly, you are looking at a major change. So we're gonna hop right into it, guys. And first, we're gonna start off by watching this video from Formal. It's 2 minutes long, but there was a lot of information on here that before we actually get into the nitty gritty, before we get into what's been going on as far as Rostermania, we can kind of derive some of the information just from this short video that Bro Word Clips put out there. He's only at 65K subs, so guys, he's putting out good content. Make sure you guys follow immediately. Bro Word Clips, BROWARD space CLIPS. But yeah, let's get right into it.
Getting first at Worlds the first time, and then being in the finals 2 more times, and missing 2 rings is like, it will eat you alive, bro. It will eat you alive, bro. When you're as competitive as I am, bro, it's so hard to hold that on the chin. Yeah, I can't go through like a whole another year of getting second, bro. Like, if I'm gonna play Halo again, it's gonna have to be with a squad I know is gonna like win most of the events.
So right off the rip, and as you see, Bro Word popping up here as far as the edit, talking a little bit about his experience, and for most teams, making it to a grand finals, getting second place is incredible, but obviously not for Formal, not for Optic Gaming. There was huge expectations. When you think of Optic Gaming, you think kind of championship or bust. They kind of talked about getting so close yet so far away, and then he drops a little bit more than that. Why don't we? I'm gonna just rewind that real quick and let's listen to that back.
To hold that on the chin. Yeah, I can't go through like a whole another year of getting second, bro. Like, if I'm gonna play Halo again, it's gonna have to be with a squad I know is gonna like win most of the events. I can't do these whiffs and like have to dig.
I can't go through another season of getting second place like that again. If I stay in Halo, it's going to have to be with the squad I know I can win with, says Formal. That's a lot of intel right there. Right off the rip, that already tells you there's going to be roster changes. And although there's a chance of him retiring and maybe going to Call of Duty, which from what I heard, he would have had to kind of commit before Worlds and didn't. So that ship might have sailed a little bit, him going back to Call of Duty. So it sounds like it's get a God Squad together that can compete with Space Station Gaming, who look like a God Squad in themselves, or retirement. And you can just see the pain and frustration in his face. I'm sorry, I'm going to let it continue.
Yeah, I can't go through like a whole another year of getting second, bro. Like, if I'm gonna play Halo again, it's gonna have to be with a squad I know is gonna like win most of the events. I can't do these what ifs and like have to dig into my like super bag to try to hard carry an event. Like, I'm almost 30, bro. Like, this shit is hard. You just gotta win your ones, man. Not even all of them.
I mean, this is probably why after a big, and I've been talking about this for a while, after a anything that affects you emotionally, especially like a big loss, you should try to stay away from a camera, stay away from social media, because you might let things slip. You might say something that maybe you might regret in the future. And I think that although this comes from frustration, and I feel like he doesn't disagree with what he said. I'm sure he probably didn't want to say it like that, where it's like, well, there's more to it, but it almost seems like maybe throwing his team under the bus a little bit, and he goes a little bit more into it as well. Let's get right into it.
Like, have to dig into my like super bag to try to hard carry an event. Like, I'm almost 30, bro. Like, this shit is hard. You just gotta win your ones, man. Not even all of them, bro. Just win a few, bro. Just win a few. You know what I mean? Just gotta be able to. Or else you're just gonna be dealing with a team, like a whole different team than what they've been, you know? just sucks, dude. It's like there's so much time between now and the next time I can even.
So again, saying that, you know, he had to dig into his super bag to hard carry his team, and talked about how you have to win your ones, and not calling out anybody specifically, but, you know, really addressing the whole team as a whole, and maybe even himself along with it. I mean, obviously the hard carry part isn't addressing himself in there, but kind of talking about that, like, you know, when you looked at Optic Game, he talked about having like that perfect teamwork, that perfect defense, but as far as when it came to like going into those ones versus like a phase or an SSG who came in with a lot of firepower, it was tough. You know, sometimes they wouldn't win those 1v1s, those pivotal battles that you would get to that could really decide the momentum of a fight. He kind of brings that up a little bit there.
Even like try again, you know? It's so hard to like force someone to want what you want, you know? So hard, dude. Even if I won 2 out of 3 rings, like that would have been good enough for me, you know? We went through winners in one of them, you know? A lot of people would be happy making it to the finals as much as we did. You know, 6 finals in a row that's hard in itself. I'm just the type of person where it's like that's 6 chances at chips. That's 6 chances to get not only chips but 2 rings as well. And for me to lose those events, like, dude, it's been eating me up, bro. I can't lie. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like we were doing so good, you know? Like we were doing so good. Up 3-0, like telling my team, like, dude, they're tweaking, seeing them do stuff. I've been in SSG's position where like you're kind of forcing it. You know what I mean? Like, you know the chip's so close, so you just kind of force it. I've been there, bro. And they were there. They were at that point. They were forcing it left and right, dude. And all that does is give the other team a chance. That's all I needed was a chance. I mean, that's all I wanted at least. Maybe not needed. Still lost. But it's such a hard problem to tackle. Now, see, like the COD thing is kind of chalked because I didn't join a roster when I had the chance. That ship's kind of sailed for now. Until people start getting on the league. That would be the next opening. All the rosters are pretty much solidified for this year. The game comes out in 2 weeks, you know. I would have had to have made that decision and joined a team and signed a contract before this Worlds even happened.
So that to me was also one of the bigger things that, you know, a lot of people thought, and even me included, that there was a very good chance that Formal could go over to Call of Duty and, you know, and still be successful. It's a once in a generational type of talent. So no matter where he goes, he's going to be able to find success. And, you know, hey, if I hear Call of Duty's handing out a bag, even with the pay cuts, I don't know for sure, but if he wanted to accept a new challenge, that would be an option for him. He's already one of the best players, if not the best, but definitely one of the best players in Halo right now. Why not jump into Call of Duty? Also be one of the best players out there. You know, I'm sure his stream numbers would be phenomenal as well, just like they are here in Halo, but even multiplied by the audience that Call of Duty has. But just a lot of information to grab from that video. You know, like I said, calling out his teammates a little bit, but talking about more about him wanting to put a super team together in order to stay in Halo. So that right there was like the first domino to fall to let us know that Rostermania is coming and it's affecting everybody. If your name doesn't rhyme with Facelation Gaming, you're probably making changes, and that included Optic. So let's go into some of the craziness that got dropped. This is dropped by CDL Scrim Intel. Don't know how in the COD League he's able to get information. Like, this man specializes in Call of Duty, but somehow was able to find some information for Halo and says, sources say, Lucid and Trippy are in talks to join Shopify Rebellion. Nothing done yet, as it's still the start of the drama. Things could change. That right there, boom. That was the bomb being dropped. If that video wasn't enough to tell you that changes were coming, this is it right here. And it leads us to try to theory craft exactly why is this happening. You know, one theory being that almost trying to create a God squad and maybe wanted one or if not both of the players, and Lucid and Trippy, not on it. Sounds like he has kind of the reins for that team and where he wants to go. And it could be a situation where maybe he wanted to go a separate way from a Trippy and him and Luce are kind of a package deal. And he said, and Luce said, well, I'm gonna follow Trippy and see where he goes and see what we end up doing there, and not stay as part of that God Squad, or Formal just has a different vision for the team. If this is true, by the way, we're assuming that this is a true statement being made. If not, then obviously none of this even matters. But one also theory was that maybe Optic are planning on leaving Halo. Maybe they don't want to stay within Halo, which I would imagine is kind of crazy to me. Like they're gonna get their travel and hotel and stuff covered. I'm sure the skins are really lucrative for them, because I'm sure they probably sell the most skins in the game, I would imagine. So I found that to be surprising, but some people have been talking about Optic potentially leaving Halo, and maybe that's what kind of started this. But either way, we heard Lucid and Trippy are looking to join Shopify Rebellion. And then even in one of the chats, I believe it was APG's Twitch chat, I want to say it was Tuss that came out in the actual chat and typed in that the team was going to be, and he put CTLL. And he said that's what the team was going to be, and that was going to be their initials for the team. And that led you to believe, okay, well, the C could be Cycle, the T could be Tolic, but also could be Trippy, the L could be Lucid, and then people were trying to theory craft what that final L could be the initial for, and we heard some things like Last Shot maybe joining. I kept seeing the TCLL, and I'm just like, dude, what does that mean? Who's going to be on that roster? And it's fun to theory craft a little bit, but it's also like kind of like everything's leading to Optic making some big changes. Lucid and Trippy potentially joining Shopify Rebellion, and then the question becomes who joins this God Squad. Shotzi put his 2 cents in. He said he would see Formal, Renegade, and then he threw in a couple other answers on there. He said a Frosty and a Suppressed on that Optic roster. And I was like, okay, I could get with that a little bit. A lot of firepower, but maybe still having the issue of, a bit of objective efficiency. But when it comes to winning ones like Formal talked about, well, that team is winning their ones. I promise you. It don't matter who's on the map. But a lot of talks of like a FaZe and an Optic combining. Maybe you have like a Renegade and somebody else from FaZe joining that Optic roster. Maybe you have 3 joining Formal. Is Dead Zone still involved? Because that's another big question. Dead Zone was in the chat and he was joking around a little bit, but at the end of the day, he said, "I don't know." Matt said if he has a God Squad. Middleton asking, so Optic staying in Halo for year 4 or what? So even Dead Zone's future doesn't seem too certain. Like, is he going to be a part of this God Squad, or is he left off? It almost feels like he doesn't even know based on this answer. A lot of interesting stuff going on. We can theory craft as much as we want, but as of right now, we don't know the answers. We don't even know if this information is even true. So again, we're basing what we're talking about, assuming that this is true. But either way, big changes are coming. Why don't we talk about the stuff that we do know? We do know that Precision has announced that he is a free agent. This came to a surprise to me, because I thought if there was any spot that was locked in on that Sentinels roster, it would be Precision. I talked about it a lot. Not only one of the best young players that we have in the league, at only 22 years old, by the way, but also one of the best slayers that we have in our league, period. He's absolutely incredible. And wherever he goes, I promise his team will find success. Somebody, I won't mention it, but DM'd me and said they could see a world where Precision joins Pure. And I was like, okay, Precision and Last Shot on the same team? That sounds like crazy damage, crazy firepower, and a team that can legitimately contend for championships if you have Precision and Last Shot on the same team. But if Last Shot does end up leaving and going to one of these other squads, I wonder what exactly that team would look like. It also got me thinking, what if this is a situation where Sentinels or the team dropped Precision? What if this is a situation where maybe Sentinels are planning on not staying in Halo? is it not as lucrative for Sentinels to stay in Halo as it is to ultimately leave? So maybe it's a situation where everybody on the team is a free agent because Sentinels team don't exist right now. Either way, what we do know, Precision is a free agent. And I'm thinking, like, no matter where he goes, if he combines with like a last shot, if he combines with like a cycle or even a mental of his former Gears of War co-worker, I guess, or co-player, if he finds a spot with a Sparty, there's a lot of firepower to be had there. And I think no matter where he goes, they're going to be the real deal. Precision is freaking nasty, and he's going to be highly sought after, which brings us to, again, one of the players we just mentioned in Sparty. Guys, in case you didn't know, Sparty was disqualified for London, not allowed to compete until the day after Worlds, which has already passed, and now Spartan is a free agent. Gave us a little short reminder, and another big question mark here. Where the hell does Spartan go? With all the team changes going on, with Precision being a free agent, now Spartan being in the mix, there is so much opportunity to form a team that once you look at it on paper, you're like, okay, that's legitimately a top 3 team. That's legitimately a top 4 team. That could upset the likes of the SSGs or whatever the hell this Optic and FaZe roster are going to look like. There's so much opportunity for a combination of squads that have the firepower to compete with some of the biggest names in the league, and it's going to be really fun to watch. Again, Spartan, Precision, what the hell is going on with Dead Zone? Is Lucid and Trippy really going to Shopify Rebellion? What the heck is this God Squad that Formal is trying to create? So many questions. And I'm sure we're going to find some answers. Guys, that's your HCS report. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this Rostermania. And also, let me know who's your God Squad that you would have joining Formal. Formal and 3 players. Who is your personal God Squad? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, because all this Rostermania that's going to be going down, we're going to be covering it. So yeah, until next time. Peace out. If you made it this far into the video, hey, don't forget to check out the merch store. We just launched merch recently, and it's going to continue to be updated, throughout the seasons, multiple times per year. This is the essentials package where you get a black and white t-shirt with the YNOT logo on it, a white and black hoodie. You can also get this in black and white or white and black. Don't forget about the beanie in white and black as well. And of course, we got our one premium option. There's going to be more to come, which is our Tory edition baseball jersey. If you saw back in Atlanta, I wore a jersey very similar to this. Tory actually made matching jerseys for us. And now you can get the jersey that was inspired by her in multiple different sizes, all the way up to 5XL, even men's or women's. And you can put your gamer tag and change the number, gamer tag on the back, and change the number to whatever you want. It's really good when you go to these events and conventions to have some kind of jersey with your gamer tag on it. So, hey, get it while it lasts, and keep checking the store. There's gonna be more coming soon. Also, check out the Discord. Not only is everybody in here, or at least everybody that is cool, but on top of that, I'm converting half of the Discord to be a looking for group. If you go to role request and you press the little icon for LFG, looking for gamers, scroll down here now, looking for raid, you can add LFG or looking for gamers and create your own little rank chat. You can do the same thing for social, big team battle, and also more to come. Stop solo queuing. You rank up so much faster when you're playing with a duo or a team, and if you don't have anybody on, well, let's get this looking for group popping.